Hello folks, it's Polis and today we're playing Penumbra Overture, or Overture, or whatever you pronounce it correctly. Now was originally going to upload the Metro Redux gameplay, but I noticed the screen has been like a little box, and there's been two spaces, so I'm going to try and deal with that. But in the meantime, we're going to be playing Penumbra. I played both Penumbra Overture and Black Plague, so this should be interesting. Now, it should be loud enough for you guys, but it should be quiet enough so you can hear me. I may have to raise my voice a little, but hey, that's just how things go. So let's start. Easy for players who are bad at action games. Well, this is more of a horror game than action. Recommended for suits most players. Hard for players wanting a real challenge. I haven't played this game for a long time, so I'm going to go normal. My story begins in February the year 2000. February, the birth month of my year. Let's have a listen.
For my part in this allegory, I'm not going to make the same mistakes my father made. Howard vanished from my mother's life before I was even in it. So when he sent me a letter a few days after Mum's funeral, it was the first I'd ever heard from him. Pity he was dead. Writing from beyond the grave must be a genetic habit in my bloodline. His letter contained a key, instructions, pleas for forgiveness. I figured the dead don't have much use for absolution, so I turned to his prophetic passing, which he inexplicably expected to come any day. Clearly averse to explanations, my father preferred to leave directions to a bank on Mayfair I'd never even heard of. In that bank was a safety deposit box in his name, and myself as executor. Of course, I went, as he knew I would. I discovered that despite the evidence, he'd been legally declared dead almost 30 years ago, and so the old book and collection of notes I found had, in the eyes of the law, been mine all this time. My father's instructions were to burn the documents, raise no further questions. But that was his error. No man's immune to the shameful trappings of curiosity, and my humanity got the better of me. The university I taught at was world renowned for two things: physics and linguistics. I represented the first, and the man who stood for the second was stumped by my recent acquisition. The book was indecipherable. The notes, however, showed a location somewhere in uninhabited northern Greenland. It took me almost a year to book the last flight I'd ever take. As I watched civilization disappear along with Heathrow, I realised my father had disappeared 3 decades ago, almost to the day. And I considered in turn what it was that I
have
was
to turn
doing.
off Steam.
We landed on a strip of ice a few feet wide, and within minutes I was pulling away on a chartered boat, beginning the 12-hour journey that would lead me into my past.
Steam when I'm recording. So let's have a go. Finally, we're almost docked. I'd better store my gear. I may be far from home, but changes are I can still pick things up. Yeah. Okay, that's just there we go. So if you don't know what Penumbra Overture is basically like, it's people are made by Amnesia, so obviously the old woo and flying things about, picking up chairs, throwing them. That. Oh, shit. Ah! Oh, there we go. Now, what was it? What was the turning around thing? Oh no, I think that wasn't coming into the second game. Okay, sweet. Okay. Always good to have a notebook. Yeah, press N. I think I left my torch at the desk. Yeah. Yep. The flashlight, very useful. We have our inventory. Help. I'm as fit as I can be expected. So this is our inventory. We have the torch. Good thing I recommended to bring a flashlight. The flashlight runs on batteries, 100%. In the first game, batteries automatically went in your flashlight, and the second one they were in your inventory. So yeah. Yep. I'm gonna put that. Okay. glow stick has a limited range of what it can do, and a flashlight can... Yeah. I'm not going to read all this, but yet again, pause and read. So this note, fisherman's wife's love letter. Yeah, this is the fisherman's letter. He's been drinking too much whiskey. I'm creating this map, good decision, or so out of date, but landmarks don't change much in Greenland. So I've got a pretty definite idea of where I'm heading. Okay, we seem to be ready. As I off the boat, setting out into the blizzard that I had formed around me, I realised how irretrievably spelling problems I've been to discovery of my father's past. I had no idea what to expect. Soon enough, my consciousness was justified. I don't know how, wherever I lost my... Well, this is where I stopped because we've got to get to the game. So cold, don't know where I am, need shelter. Yeah, I kind of screwed myself over here. Yeah, this is basically Philip, telling us how things go. In this game, a lot of things will kill you. Need this. Basically says break this. Now let's quickly... Ah, shite. Let's get out of here, quickly. Penumbra is a pretty interesting game. Scary at times. Actually, I take that back, it is scary. Ooh, ow, that's gonna hurt. Oh god, are we going insane? Oh, we're alive. No, we are alive. Jeez, my head, I can't believe I fell that far and survived. Alright, look around, maybe I didn't. What is this? So, we basically fell from that. I should have known that rusty old ladder wouldn't hold my weight, but I didn't have a choice. I'd rather die down here than suffer the cold any longer. That's quite positive. So yeah, like I said, the glow stick has a radius, a flashlight. What do we have here? Empty boxes of ammunition. What is this place? It seems to be a World War II bunker. Also, how is there something else? Night vision. With this ability, any enemies won't be able to see us. When we're completely still, we are completely invisible to any hostile targets. When we move like this, we're half invisible, half visible. So the enemies can slightly see us, but the longer we are like this, the more they'll expect us. Plus we have the blue haze that tells you, well, gives you a vision, and when we're standing up, we're basically walking targets. It's stuck. There must be something behind it. Let's go for notes. To-do list. I'm in some kind of underground installation, but the only door out of the room I'm is locked. Need to find some way around. Okay. What do we have? Useless. Flares. A steel rod. Flares, they also produce light, but nobody ever uses them. Believe me. Let's see, I can swing this hammer if I hold... Yeah. In the first Penumbra, weapons were introduced. Yeah. Hold left mouse, you can right swing, forward. Yeah. But you can't pick anything up, that's the thing. A heavy looking wooden barrel. Could be anything useful inside. Can we break it? No, we can't. No, something's behind here. But we can't move the cupboard. Now we can. Excuse me. Let's tear this down. There we go. The tunnels. I wonder what made them. This hatchet is seriously sealed. It won't open by hand. Someone obviously want to keep people out or in. Uh-oh. Something's there that I think it's not friendly. We will meet our first enemy in the game, don't you worry. The question is, why the fuck do you want to go down there? That's the question. Well, we are curious, and we will go down. You. So. Uh-oh. It's stuck. I'm trapped. I need to get out. The entrance to the... There could be anything living down here. Heroes are for Hollywood actors and fairy tales. I'm not taking any chances. If I face off against anything down here, I won't last a second. Crouching and stealth are my options down here. If anyone or anything hears me, I'd be best off staying low. So this is basically using this ability. My best bet is to hide within seconds. Also, permanently stay still and make me perfectly hidden. Now, you don't have to worry about, for now at least, with any enemies. Because as I know, the dogs doesn't spawn. And yes, our first enemy is dogs. So here's the map. Office. Storage. Explosives. Workshop. Northern area. This definitely looks like a World War II bunker, but what the hell they build one here? Okay. So there's no evil doggies yet, that's for sure. But for the rest of the game, you will be stealthy. You can kill the dogs in a certain way, which I'll hopefully show at some point. Yeah, this is definitely World War II. So much history in this place, tied up in words and left documents, or whatever. The text of those pages is deliberate years of damp and cold heavy draws. I mean, whatever. Right, soul off chair. Yeah. Yet again, pause to read. It's a picture of British Bolton. It must date back to World War II. I suppose this mine was covered into some kind of bunker. And here's this fella here. This guy is your save station. A man, an old man, coughing something unseen. He is strange, and yet he is no stranger, never seen before. Still, I know this man before me is Howard. I call him father. Ugh, what the hell? What just happened? I don't know if that was such a good idea. Well, if it made you hide, then that would have been good. Oh yeah. Accents. What else do we have in here? We got a key. Pause and read. What's that? Well, whatever happening, weird shit's going on. Batteries. What's the battery percentage? 69%. Not that type of 69, you dirty boy. Or whatever. If you were thinking like that, then... beef jerky. If you want to know what beef jerky is used, you can use the beef jerky to distract the dogs. Beef jerky, not without... Ooh. You can use beef jerky to basically distract the dogs, basically. Big book of explosives. Pause if you want to. Yeah, I'm not gonna. There's a lot of reading in this game, and I'm not gonna bother. Here's another thing: painkillers. Painkillers would prefer a first aid kit, but at least if I'm injured, I can get. Well, ugh. Yeah, to remind you guys, I have dyslexia and double learning delays, so my reading and stuff is terrible. Basically, these are basically our health kits. So if we lose health, we just take painkillers, and we should be good to go. Sometimes we can like heal off, but it's good to have painkillers once in a while. Flare guns. So basically, this room's bare empty now. Now the worst part is coming. Are we gonna die? I hope not. Now this is where the worst part comes. Let's get ready, guys. Oh god, is something else down here? I can't just wait around here. Ooh, there's our dog. You can peek around corners. Jesus, I've never been this scared in my life. I can feel my heart racing. If anything gets me a few feet up in spot, I better not. Basically, don't stare at those fuckers or you're basically dead. But yeah, wherever you hear this music, that means that thing is around here. Okay, I don't see it. So what do we have here? Where are we? So we gotta go down this way. Now, thankfully, the music only plays when you're at the creature's range. So if you hear the music, the creature's nearby. If you don't hear the music, that means it's pretty far away. Okay, it's safe to walk on. Don't shoot. Freaking much. Now, the dog with a hammer and just go whack, or your best bet weapon is a pickaxe. Locked from the other side. Does that mean there's someone still inside? Don't know. There's a locked door with odd noises coming from behind it. Alright, let's have a look around. It's locked. Maybe for a particular reason? Yeah. If this lighter wasn't empty, I'd be Ugh. My reading is crap. Still. Oh, what's this? Lighter plus fuel, fire. Spiders equal sad face. Rocks in box minus rocks equals. Basically saying remove the rocks from the box and you get the ladder. Steam equals death. Whoever this guy is mentally insane. But who can say we're all insane? Batteries, painkillers, and a save station. It was different, but the same. That time, like I had more control, but over what? A box. Now let's put you in the corner. Let's open you up. But I have to enter here, folks. Today, what will be inside the cave of fate or death? Find out next time.